Hey guys, Adam Perry here with TrueDFS, and I'm going to go over today's short 3-game NHL DFS slate. Remember, lock starts a little bit later today, and it's apropos for just the small 3-game slate, but we will see what we could do on it. Now, for a 3-game slate, there is a whole lot of news that's going to affect projections that we just haven't gotten up to speed with yet. So I am going to take a look at that, but I'm going to build just showing my process, but it won't be exactly what we do normally until we get everything set up. So right now, with the Blackhawks, Bedard is back. Goldie doesn't have Bedard in yet, so we're going to have to look out for that news and that update from Goldie to get Bedard in. And then we're going to have to look at Blackhawks lines and get an idea of what they're playing. I don't think we're going to know for sure until right before lock, but we'll at least see what DFO projects, and we'll have an idea of the power play and so on. So, maybe we'll build a Blackhawks lineup just to see what it can look like before we go to SaberSim. And then the other piece of news, where was I? Is you got this Alexei Protas being activated. He is going to get in there. He is currently not in Goldie stuff. He's not in SaberSim. The industry just hasn't projected him in yet because the news came 40 minutes ago. But Protas is going to come in there. Now, just looking at it, it doesn't look like there's a ton of Washington value, but, Ovi, Chikrin kind of standing out. And Protas, 5,100, he's not going to come in as like a great value, be like the most popular play, but he's something. So it's worth noting that those aren't in the projections yet. Now, where it does look like things are bunching up is like Utah's looking like a really strong play, right? So usually what we do is look at projections and see who bunches up, and it gives us an idea for where the chalk's kind of going to lie. And right now it looks like Utah and Winnipeg, but that could change too when Bedard comes in there because he's going to correlate with Bertuzzi and Burakovsky. On the power play, they're pretty cheap, so that's going to change things around. And usually then we'll go and do a hand build, and it helps us look at these charts and get an idea for where the lines are going to be, and it gives us a kind of no puck knowledge, and we look at the shift charts and these things. But I don't think we need to go that far into it today. We'll just build based on what it is now, right? This is a process video, and so this is what I'm going to do 10 minutes before lock, and so we'll just do it now, assumption that these projections are all sharp and like they would be right before lock. So we'll just build with a little Utah, since they're jumping off as the top value. Keller, Schmaltz, Krause is line 1, Gunther, Peterka line 2. So you don't have the full correlation on the power play, but let's see, like salary-wise, what you can get in with them. Gunther, Keller, Peterka, and Sergachev. And then let's see who our top goalie is right now. It's Logan Thompson, okay. Then you have 3,700 a man. I mean, you could do something. You could play Protas. He'll be low owned because of the late stuff. You get a little low ownership if you want to correlate him. Who else is looking like a good? We'll probably want good point per dollar value, so maybe those Chicago guys. Well, Bertuzzi's not that cheap. Burakovsky a lot cheaper. The other guy who I think is going to stand out, I'm going to guess, is Taze. No, Pioink coming in is a good value. I'm surprised. Now, Jonathan Taze is on power play 1, right? I thought he was going to come in as like a really good value. Yeah. Surprised. Let's see. Per SaberSim. Taylor Ward popping more than him. And I follow because they're on line 1. Is Taze on 3? I mean, Taze centering line 2. I don't know. I mean, that seems to me like a better play. You could correlate him with Pioink. And then if you wanted to do Protas, you could. He's going to be low on. I mean, he's not the greatest play at 5,100. He's not going to be on power play 1. Yeah. But he is going to be. They don't have where he slot in. I mean, he could slot in line one, though, for Bavoulier. We'll see where people think he's going to slot in as the day goes on. See what you could do. Chicago is a good point per dollar play. Let's see. In terms of value, you got Bertuzzi, Burakovsky. Let's see if you can get the power play with Bedard. We'll have to wait for him to get in projections, but let's see right now what you could do with them. Teravainen's going to be on power play one. And Leshinov should be the QB, I do believe. Yeah. I mean, this is a dirt cheap power play. You can't play Logan Thompson. Let's see who our next best goalie. Kemper at 7,600 against Winnipeg. I'm fine with it. Then you got a lot left if you play Chicago. I mean, I imagine Chicago is somewhat popular because of this. You get in like the next, who are the next best plays? Connor, Gunther, Keller. Is Keller a center? I don't think so. Schmaltz is centering that. Could you get like Connor? Yeah, I mean, you could do it like a Connor and Morrissey and still have a lot left. You could get like a Byfield or LaFerriere correlating with Kemper. I mean, Chicago just lets you do a whole lot. I imagine, I'm just going to guess right now they're our filler stack, but we'll see with Bedard. Bedard is in SaberSims projections. It's not Goldies yet. So maybe we'll use SaberSims to build right now and see what we get to. Now, I have said many times why I only allow 4-3 and above. There's a bit of debate about it. Plus, it's a 3-game slate, so like I get why you could get more plus EV lineups that aren't as correlated. But can you get enough? Can you get as many as you would? I mean, 5,000 lineups is still not a lot. So I'm inclined to just stick with that process. It's one that's worked. I've got the $5 loaded here. A lot of people asked to run for the poke check, so I'm just going to run for the poke check, which I think is 142 lineup max. That's what we get the most questions about. Speaking of questions, feel free to pop in Discord. Let me know if you have any. I see there's a few people watching. Check out TrueDFS.com. You can get access to everything I use, Goldie's projections, Sheets' projections, the premium Discord, the Pater tools for DFS and prop betting. That's always going really well on the prop markets with the Pater tool. And you get access to SaberSim. And it's like $20 more than it would cost for SaberSim alone on the starter package. So it's a great deal. It's like 3 sites in one. It kind of can't be beat anywhere in the industry, I don't think. You get so much with it. So check that out. Like and subscribe. Helps us out. Keeps the channel free. So we've got 142 loaded up. And yeah, I see Bedard with Winnipeg, but that's sorted by Saber score. So let's run 42 max. Compact going. Yeah, we gotta get these. No, but I want to run this contest sim on it. All right. That was sorting my Saber score because it just diversified. Before I didn't have it at default to run the sims automatically. There we go. So let's see in 142 where we're getting to for today's slate. All right. Really spread out. Utah at our highest. Bedard not our highest, but pretty high. Chikrin coming in there. Kemper, Connor, Taylor Ward at the good value, coming in at 26%. I mean, it's pretty spread out considering there's only 6 teams. In terms of goalie, pretty spread out. Kemper, no surprise there. No surprise, Logan Thompson. You get Comrie. Little Vejmelka. Who are we not getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's really just Vejmelka that we just get none of. Just not liking him against St. Louis. I imagine that's a price thing. What is he at? Yeah, 8,200 for Kirill Vejmelka. Just too much. But get a couple at least. Let's see stack wise. 40% Utah, Kings, Winnipeg, Chicago at 28%. But let's see who's in what. So our onslaughts, that Winnipeg, Kings, then Utah. Utah with the 5-mans, and then Winnipeg's. A lot of Winnipeg onslaughts. It kind of makes sense. They do good on the power play. They're kind of, as other guys say, power play merchants, so to speak. And one of the nice things about Winnipeg is they always have pretty concentrated scoring. So you tend to know where the scoring is going to come from when you play Winnipeg. And then, yeah, these Chicago 4-mans that allow you to do so much else. So not getting like a ton of Chicago, but where we're getting them a lot is in these, 4-man stacks that let you do a lot with them. So let's see like what a Chicago 4-man looks like. You spend up a little bit with Kings, spend up with Winnipeg. Yeah. No surprises here. Here, this one's really off the board. But a lot of Chicago, and then you get Kings, but you get those spend ups with Winnipeg too, and some Utahs in there. Chicago allowing you to load up on salary and fit a lot in. Okay. So there you have it. There's a look at what I'm doing on today's slate. I am going to go. People ask me to look at past contests. Find the last, we'll look at a 5-man slate for the poke check. And we wanted to see, what graded well. And, we see the answer every time. It's high correlated lineups. Even on a 5-game slate, 4-3-5-2, 4-3-4-3, 4-3-5-2, 4-3-4-3, 5-2. Here's a 4-2-2. Here's a 3-3-2. 5-4-3, 4-3, 5-2, 5-2. Here's a 3-3-2. So, people ask, why do you do it the way you do it? When we look at post-contest sims, even on the small slates, we just see the high correlated lineups grade so much better overall. And you get an ROI floor by doing it. You can say, well, you only get 5,000 lineups, right? So it's true. I could build plus EV 4-2-2s and 3-3-2s, but I'm going to build so many junk ones also. And I only get 5,000 lineups. So I want more of those to be potential candidate lineups for my portfolio. And if I get, 300 3-3 lineups, 500, 400, whatever, and half of them are bad, or more than half of them are bad, then I just wasted a good chunk of my 5,000. If I get 500 4-3s and 400 of them are good, I just did a lot better in terms of sim ROI. So that's why I build it the way I do. I could look at it even smaller slate would be a better comparison, but I think this is a good enough comparison that shows you that correlation is king in hockey, and people just aren't checking that box enough. So I'm keen to do it even more. But yeah, there you have it. There's a look at a past slate. We took a look at what I'm playing today. We kind of looked at some of the news, the injury situation, who's in, who's out. And hopefully it was helpful. Keep taking a look. I'll have these out, just about every weekday And if you're new to it, you take a look. You shouldn't have to look often. You watch this 4, 5, 6 times, and you get an idea for my process and how it could help with yours, and how, if you don't have a process, how you could build one. But it's not a picks video, right? So you don't come here for takes. I don't have them. We're going to take the projections. Is the only thing we're going to take. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us out. You subscribe and keep looking for videos like this and all the different sports. You got Sheets doing them. Bobby Fi's back for NBA. NFL's winding down. There's a lot going on. Check out TrueDFS.com where you can get access to all the tools I used for not much more than they cost if you bought them a la carte. So it's a really good deal. And with that, I wish you good luck. And hopefully someone's in here celebrating a win on Monday. So